What's going on, everybody? It's another edition of the NRW Checkpoint. Of course, with your man about gaming, myself, WebsterStyle, the man, the voice, the fragrance, and of course, my man Brian Sapph. Brian, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing okay. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm making it. I'm here. So, it's been weird the past couple of weeks. We've gotten, a trickle. Hogwarts Legacy. Last week we had a whole bunch due to PlayStation VR 2 was last week before. Anyway, week before. And then last week it was, pretty steady. This week it was another one where we got a pretty good stream of games. Let's get into the first one. This one is Outlanders. It's a simulation from Pomelo Games. So Outlanders is a town building strategy game populated by hardworking, charming folk in search for a simpler life. Aren't we all searching for a simpler life? Some just want to survive off the land. Others want to create amazing things. So basically, some just want to we want to chill. Others want to do too much. It's basically what they're trying to say.
Pretty much.
Right. So it is up to you to use the extensive catalog of tools and buildings at your disposal to guide them towards their goal. And this is one we're not watching the trailer for, but I checked out a little bit. You kind of get your Animal Crossing / SimCity vibes from the way the presentation of the game is. So it's for PC only. I did not specify that, so you're only going to be able to pick that up on Steam and play it on your PC. So it's one of those games. We know how simulations are. Some simulations are really mass appealing, others are very niche, and this one could go either way, especially when you have the aesthetics and some of the vibe, the Animal Crossing stuff. So it's not straight Animal Crossing, but definitely when you see it, if you check out the trailer later on, you'll get that sort of vibe from as far as the presentation and the art style is concerned.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like Harvest Moon a little bit.
That too, yeah.
I'm missing that game, so too bad it's only for PC. Goddamn Outlanders.
You never know. If it does well, it'll show up on one of the consoles later on.
Possibly.
So, you know how it works.
Yeah.
So next up, we have Clash Artifacts of Chaos. This is on the PS4, 5, Xbox One SX, and PC. No Switch this time. So this is an action game developed by Ace Team and published by Nacon. So in it, you play as Pseudo, a master of martial arts who lives as a recluse in the strange land of Xenozoic. That's a word. That's a combination of Z's and N's and O's and K. All right. When you cross paths with the boy, a small creature whose mysterious powers have attracted the attention of Gemini. The mistress are the artifacts. You decide to protect him, unaware that much greater forces are involved. So, time old story. Obi-Wan finds Luke. And he doesn't realize what mess he's gotten himself into. It sounds good. We're watching the trailer, so I'm hoping that the trailer lives up to the intrigue that the synopsis gives us there.
Yeah. So we'll wait for that. Check it out.
This next one is I guess it's a classic. It's a very familiar title, especially in the adventure survival horror genre. And when I saw it, I said, oh, wait a minute, they're still making new games. And it's Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. Is on PS4, 5, Xbox One SX, Switch, and PC. Adventure survival horror from Koei Tecmo. But it's not new. It's actually a remaster from the 2008 game of the same name. It's in it, a group of children mysteriously disappeared during a festival on Roguestu Isle. Although they were found, they had lost their memories. Now they have returned to the island as teenagers. The girls rely on the camera obscura, a camera with the power to capture and steal away unthinkable horrors, and the faint beam of their flashlight while exploring various locations and fending off the ghosts that attack them as they attempt to discover the truth of their haunting past. So, Fatal Frame, monsters, take pictures, go along the story.
Yeah.
I hate to sound so kind of germane about it, but you know, you're familiar with Fatal Frame, you know the real crux of it is the camera obscura, and that's, you know, a big part of all of the games. So it's, you know, you've seen one, you get the premise of what you got to do. You really play these for the story in many respects. So it'll be interesting, and I believe we're watching a trailer for that. So, you know, it says it's a remaster, so hopefully it's actually remastered. So it's what, 08, so we're talking about PS3, Xbox 360 era game right there. I have my timeline correct.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have IB or IB. Either one. It's an adventure game from Playism. So in it, this 2D adventure game is set in a creepy, mysterious art gallery, which is a good location when you think about it.
Yeah.
Very good location. You're trying to do a creepy vibe. You play as a young girl, Ib, who is visiting with her parents while perusing the various works of art. Ib suddenly realizes that she's alone. As he searches for anyone else, the museum begins to change. So that sounds pretty creepy. We're not watching a trailer for that. Maybe I'll slide that in next week, but it definitely sounds interesting and creepy.
Yeah, not at the museum, but gameplay.
Right. That would be a good 3D survival horror when you think about it, especially if
I can see that
the art kind of morphs and changes and you get these kind of grotesque creatures that come out of the art. Somebody's listening. I need credit for that once y'all do it. Something for that.
I agree. Pay up.
And that is only available on the Switch, if I did not mention already. Next up is another Switch exclusive, and this is No by Heart. And this is an adventure game from Ice Pick Lodge. That is a heck of a name for a game studio.
Ice Pick Lodge.
Yes, Ice Pick Lodge. So No by Heart is a game about accepting loss. The plot, the music, the intuitive gameplay, and the atmospheric mini games work together to weave an illustration of briefly returning to one's childhood and inevitably growing up. The feeling of time slipping through our fingers. It sounds like growing up and being a grown up.
Yeah, I was about to say it's real life to me.
Look, if there's anyone under the age of 18 watching this, it's a trap.
Yeah,
it's a trap. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, very ghetto.
Akbar.
Right. 0 stars. Would not recommend. Stay kids.
Right. In this game, No by Heart, actually, you are immersed in a quiet life of a provincial Russian town where traces and echoes of the Soviet era can still be seen there. We've got a lot of games with sort of Russia theme. We had Atomic Heart, a week or so ago. Now this one, interesting, you know, not getting into the geopolitical politics, but just really interesting. You don't see a lot of games that really have sort of a Russia setting, unless it's Wolfenstein, really, that whole thing.
Right.
So that's No by Heart, and again, it's only on the Switch. Next up, now, Brian.
What's up?
When I saw this title for this next game, I said, didn't we talk about this already? I really scratched my head, and then I realized they release one every year. So literally a year ago, this week, we were talking about number 5.
Oh, okay. So it's an annual type of situation.
Right. Like clockwork. And we're talking about none other than, because I remember our conversation. We were like, there's a number 5. I remember we were both baffled, like, this is number 5 in the series. Anyway, it is Monster Energy Supercross number 6. And it's on PS4, 5, Xbox One, SX, and PC. If you don't know by the title, it's a racing game. It's from Milestone SRL. And yeah, it's a motocross racing game. There's not too much of a description there that we need to give you. No. And they've literally been pumping these out for the past 6 years, every year, like clockwork, during that first or second week in March.
That's crazy. That is crazy. They really treating this like it's 2K or something, huh?
Yeah. I mean, is there that much change in motocross?
That's what I'm saying.
Look, let us know in the comments if there's a need for a yearly Supercross game. Like, is that much change in the riders or whatnot and the sponsors? Let us know, because we don't know, and we are back.
Motocross in general, it's not as popular as it was in like the 90s and early 2000s. Like, I don't know of like one popular like motocross. No disrespect to the community and everything like that. I just don't know like what's going on in motocross. I know like skateboarding is up in the air as well. Like, I don't know, although that X game style outside activities like skating, where is that in the diaspora of sports? Because they got a number 6 Monster Energy, which they got the money to put it out, but it's like,
they got a sponsor. So
Monster Energy.
Anybody drink Monster anymore?
I do. Now, that's one thing. But just only it's rarely. Not rarely, but like not frequently.
Because that was the one when I was in grad school. Like, that was my go-to when I was driving back from school back home. It was a Monster Energy drink and a cream cheese soft pretzel from Wawa. That was like when I stopped to get gas in Cambridge. That was my go-to snack.
It's amazing.
Now I can't drink Monster Energy drinks whatsoever. But they were really big then, though. Now, like,
they're still around.
Energy drinks on the market, though. So many competitors now. So
they still around though. They still the top dogs. They got this lemonade flavor that I really, really, really enjoy. But different conversation.
Right, exactly. And it's interesting you talk about that. There was and I forget the title because I took it off the list. There is a skate sim that came out that made some waves a couple months ago that actually released on the Switch this week as well. But again, we've already talked about it before for the other system, so I didn't even bother bringing it up. But again, when I saw that, I asked, is there really a big thing for skateboarding games anymore? Like, this is the 90s, 2000s where that was all the rage and everything. Or you don't have that marquee name like a Tony Hawk attached to it.
There you go. I think that's what it is.
You're not into skateboarding, it's Tony Hawk, and there's so much attached to that brand. When it's a good game, then we know they released some really horrible trash games in that series. But when they did their remaster of 1 and 2, people loved it, and people who'd even never heard of it went because they had that IP, that name of Tony Hawk attached to it. So it'd be interesting to see. Well, they keep pumping them out, so people are buying them. Somebody's buying them.
And I really think it's overseas that might be putting the most money into the pockets, because I think about it like I roller skate in my spare time for like exercise or whatever. I'm not, like, I don't do any tricks or anything. It's just get my heart rate going, whatever. But I follow some like pro skaters on Instagram or whatever, and none of them are from here. They're like all overseas, and I believe they still hold like pretty big competitions and stuff overseas. So maybe like Supercross and all that stuff is still like a thing like overseas, but here I don't see much of a market for it. Gotcha. But it's Monster, and that Aussie lemonade flavor, like I said, it's good. So so they got the money, and I guess the fan base, because we're on number 6. I don't know.
It has to be a fan base. They're on number 6. So of course, if you're pumping it on every year, how much effort does it really take, or how many changes? You know what I mean? Like you have the assets. You're really just, it's a skin, or you're adding new players, you're making new skins.
Probably like changing stats and stuff.
Just like we say with Madden. This probably could have been like a DLC for the original game.
Go.
Especially if you could pump it out every year, I wouldn't be surprised. So,
but I don't know. Maybe Monster, they have or maybe this game has all of the licenses like Madden does for NFL, and 2K has for NBA. So they just put them out every year, I guess. I don't know. I want to learn more. I'm interested now.
Yeah, I might check that out one day. Maybe I'll sneak that in next week as well, depending on what the slate is like, so we can see what it looks like. All right, next up we have Oni, Road to the Mightiest Oni, on the PS4, 5, Switch, and PC. An action game from developer Kenai Designs and publisher Clouded Leopard Entertainment. That is a cool name for entertainment company publisher.
Clouded Leopard.
Right.
Interesting.
So Oni Road to the Minus Oni is a bold adaptation of Momotaro, the Japanese fairy tale about a young warrior who travels to Demon Island to confront the Oni, these demons or ogres who terrorize the countryside. And we are going to be watching the trailer for that one.
Okay. Interesting.
And last but not least, we take a look at DC's Justice League Cosmic Chaos, and this is a kid game. So we're not watching the trailer, but just let everybody know this isn't some AAA title. This is not Suicide Squad's Killer Justice League. I put it that way.
Right.
That has definitely its own issues based on what we've seen so far, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah,
this is for the wee ones.
Yeah, E for everyone.
Yes, E for everyone definitely is action game from developer PHL Collective and publisher Outright Games, united against chaos in an all-new open-world adventure. That's unique.
Yeah, that was open world, huh?
Okay. Where the Justice Leaguers go head-to-head with Mr. Mistleplick. Now, I will say this. If we haven't heard this name said for years, if we saw this written for the first time without hearing it, no one would be able to pronounce Mistleplick.
Yeah, because I'm looking at it like, all right, you said it. I like it what you said.
You got to think I have heard this name since I was like this because of Super Friends.
Okay.
So like I'm 44, so it's pretty much my whole damn life.
Yeah.
That is a tongue twister. If you like, can you imagine trying to like?
No, I'm trying to do it now.
Exactly.
I'll let you have it. You good?
Right. So you're going out with Mixelplick, a powerful prankster from the fifth dimension, suited up as Batman, Wonder Man. So not Wonder Man. Wonder Man is a totally different company. Wonder Woman and Superman, and go face off against some of the most powerful supervillains in the DC universe. We're talking about Bizarro, Star the Conqueror, Clayface. Clayface, I wouldn't say one of the most powerful when you put Bizarro and Star the Conqueror.
Clayface.
He is not even their league.
Yeah, Clayface.
Okay.
Sea level at best.
Yeah, basically. Still a good one. But sea level at best.
Yeah.
And many more in epic battle to bring peace to Happy Harbor. Okay, let's back up. Okay. Can we get Eclipso? Can we get who else can we get? Darkseid, but you throw in Clayface into that? I know you got Batman in, but really you don't. Bizarro and Starro, Clayface is not in the same league.
Yeah. Sinestro, that's the Yellow Lantern, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he can go on in there. Well, you said Darkseid already, didn't you?
Yeah.
Darkseid's in there. Who else? What's the other man name? Is it not Apocalypse? I can't think of his name. Wait, he might be on the list. Hold on, let me read it again. The guy that fought Superman and Darkseid. Is he on here? They just
he's not listed, but he should be. Not Clayface.
I would even take Lex Luthor over Clayface.
Yeah, Lex Luthor. I mean, even if you want a Batman villain, look, can he get his Ra's al Ghul if you want to put him in like top tier league?
Bane,
but Clayface. And let's look at this. Even his description, Bizarro is definitely a Superman villain. You got Star the Conqueror. Okay, great. Like, where are the Wonder Woman villains in this description?
But then we gotta think about it. E for everybody. This for the tykes. They might not want to get too gruesome. You know, some of these villains got very, very sinister storylines. Maybe they just want to.
You know, they can sanitize anything and everybody. They do it all the time.
Or maybe James Gunn said no. Who knows?
Oh, I feel like this was in place before he came on board.
Yeah, I'm just playing.
Yeah, but we are now watching the trailer for that. But I did check out the trailer. It's cute. I'm surprised it's open world though. That fact alone has me very interested in this game.
You know, I was taken aback as well, but then I thought about it. they've been doing a lot of like open world games for kids. I think about Minecraft, and then how big the maps are, and Fortnite, and
Right.
even more recently, was it Disney Dreamville
Right.
Island, something like that. One of the new Disney games is pretty open world, and I think they're trying to acclimate the kids to to Zelda's level of open worldness.
Yeah, I'm just surprised because I guess for me, all of the kiddie DC titles I'm familiar with is straight,
Very linear,
beat 'em up. Yeah, linear, beat 'em up sort of thing. So the fact that this is even has an open world component to it, I'm impressed. I'm very impressed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there'll be somebody in there doing a lot of guiding though. Like, hey, go to this side of the map.
Yeah,
hit this button.
Yeah, but it in my opinion, I think that's a good idea. It will provide a very good sandbox for kids to just play around in. Because I know that sometimes, from my experience, you want them to, hey, just like go this way, go that way. No, they want to do what they want to do.
Right.
And this, allows an opportunity just to have them do what they want to do in a very safe and playful world. And I see that a lot with these Star Wars Lego games. They are, you go from point A, point B, but there's a lot of them just to play around and do whatever you want to do in those worlds as you go along with the missions of each episode. So sounds good. All right. So that's our list of new games. We're going to go into our trailers. And first up is Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse.
Okay. Let's see what the Mask of the Lunar Eclipse talking about. Very pale. What? Must be the Lunar Eclipse. Goodness.
Looks good.
Okay.
All
right. Jump scare.
Old school.
Oh, okay. Not so much, but it was still okay.
Yeah. That looks interesting. But again, it looks like Fatal Frame, so nothing that I'm, nothing surprising. Especially it's a 2008 game originally. But something about that trailer just had me thinking. Tecmo has a certain style of the way, especially in that era, their characters look. Everything looks like it's a derivative of DOA when you really think about it.
Yeah.
And that got me thinking, this year, there's a possible, within the next 12 months, going into 2024, there's pretty much been confirmed we're getting Mortal Kombat 12, Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, and a new Dragon Ball Z Budokai. Where's DOA 7?
Well, I mean, this would be the time.
Yeah, it would. It really would.
This would be the time. I mean, we getting DBZ Budokai 4 after how many years since
16
3?
years, they say.
And the success of Dragon Ball Z Fighters or Fighter Z, I still don't know how to pronounce it.
I thought it was Fighter Z. So
yeah, Fighter Z or Fighters. I don't know. Either way, yeah, man, this would be the time.
Yep.
Come back if you got the courage.
It's gonna be, and I told you, I got my I scratched my itch downloading those games on the Capcom Arcade with the Darkstalker series, and so my fighting game itch is coming back. So I would love another DOA. I might pop in DOA 5 after we get off, just because. Now I think about it.
And since we own it, go ahead with another Marvel vs. Capcom, please. Because I really need that. Or SNK, where y'all at?
Look,
come on now.
Look, I just want re-release of the originals. I don't need a new one in those series.
I'm with that too.
They still good. Really, Marvel's Capcom 2, that's all I need. I don't need any others in the series. 3 is great.
3 is great.
2 is it. 2 is a pinnacle in my opinion.
Yeah, that was the one.
And at Capcom versus SNK, masterpiece. masterpiece in a fight.
That's really the one I want to come back.
Yeah.
The rest of them, like, you know, I have Marvel vs. Capcom, I think 2 and 3. But that SNK was also, it was just so elusive. I could only play it at the arcade. I need that because the characters top tier. I need that.
Yeah, exactly.
Bring it back.
We veered off of Camera Obscura. Let's bring it back to the next game on the list that we're watching trailer for, and that is Oni Road to the Mightiest Oni.
Okay. Mightiest. It's like the one that's mightiest, mightier than mighty. It's angry.
Has a familiar art style.
Yes. You look like a little Pokemon.
It does.
Like a little protection right now. This song sounds like a popular song. I cannot place my finger.
Don't tell me that you, if I ask you over and over now, Irish melt into the world, my skin just melt into the ground, into the ground.
I'm really digging this trailer.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay. I'm not mad at that.
No, not at all. That looks very. I like the combat system. Look really cool too.
Yeah.
That could be very fast paced.
Yeah, but fast, right?
Yeah.
I'm interested.
Yeah, definitely.
I want to understand the Oni life.
Right. And last but not least, we have Clash, Artifacts of Chaos.
All right.
Grandpa is dead.
Say the words.
His bones are earth. His flesh is dust.
I'm digging his art style.
His breath is wind.
His breath is wind.
Oh, those monsters. I'm like,
Oh,
the rocks move.
Is there anyone who can take care of you?
my brother. But he doesn't want to see me.
All right, now. I'll
I
take you.
really love the uniqueness
That's
of
it.
these character designs.
Gemini is expecting you.
I assume you're here.
Definitely never seen nothing like this.
I need the child alive. If he's dead, he can't help me.
Is this a child?
Gemini has the artifact of pain, and she can use it even if she doesn't win the game of dice. Imagine the power she has to threaten anyone with that.
So why is old Gemini so keen on getting her hands on you?
I'm cursed. That's why Grandpa is dead. That's why my brother hates me. I'm cursed, and everyone I touch is cursed too.
You cannot escape Gemini. I invoke the one law.
Help!
What are you doing to the boy?
You think I had a choice?
I don't care about your grand plan.
You will never leave.
There is no justice.
Okay.
There will be no law.
All right.
I'm impressed.
Same. There's a story there, and it sounds like a good one.
Yeah, not just that though. The character designs, and again, I'm going back with this. It doesn't remind me of Oddworld, but like as far as how they look, but it reminds me of Oddworld of how different those characters look when the Oddworld franchise started.
Okay.
They look different from anything else you saw in the gaming space. The way that they did these characters they look drastic. Like there's a level of grotesqueness there that you see that you wouldn't expect with the story or this world, but it makes them so unique because they look so different. So you're pulled in even more with this. I'm very intrigued by this game based on this trailer, and it looks good. Looks like it's good action. Again, like you said, we always talk about the story. The story looks like something that you really want to sink your teeth into based on this trailer.
Yeah, because I want to just understand why they look like that. like what's going on their planet that has them looking the way that they do and experiencing the things that they're experiencing.
Yeah, it's so unique, though, and I absolutely love that.
Yeah,
designs, it's like it's memorable. Like we watched 3 different trailers, we talked about a whole bunch of games. That one, even though we just watched it, like I am stuck on that because it is so, the characters in the world look so unique.
Yeah,
nothing looks by the book. I mean, just from the grotesqueness, from just it's kudos to the character designs, to the art designers in this game, because that's memorable. I will give them that. That is memorable.
I can agree, because they made a way to make the characters, like you said, there's a grotesqueness there, but they don't look like off-putting. Like I'm not
exactly
afraid to play the game, or like it's just they different. They look unique. I agree with what you're saying.
Even as we started out, you said, "Wait a minute, those are monsters." Animals there. Like again,
I thought it was rocks.
That look looks so different, but it struck your attention and it caught your eye.
Yeah,
come on now, how many games we watched where they really rely just on flashy graphics to do that, and all the characters look generic, or look like some anime. We watch, and again, this was part of the aesthetic of Wanted Dead, that whole 90s action thing. It was supposed to be that way. But how many games look that way and it ain't supposed to have that vibe? Where they look like generic anime characters, look like generic action characters from some other game we've seen time and time again. Too many games take that route. And again, I understand gamers are making games and they want to make games that are like the ones that inspire them. I understand. Totally understandable. However, that does become a point in time where everything looks like a cookie cutter. It has been a long day. Cookie cutter of everything else. True. And when you see a game like Chaos Artifacts, it's gonna be Clash Artifacts of Chaos, that looks so different than everything else, you can't help but stop and take notice.
Right. And just shout out to like all of the like indie developers. It's not a big studio that's doing this Clash game, is it?
Let me see. This is Ace Team publisher Nacon. So I don't think Ace Team is a big team, but Nacon's been doing their thing lately, from what I understand.
Okay. Well, just shout out to all the indie like development studios and publishers and everything, because I don't know, over the past, a couple episodes, we've been watching some pretty like unique trailers. I was just talking about that Blanc game earlier when I was recording a podcast, and I was like, I really like how simplistic it looked, but it's still beautiful at the same time. The one with the like a deer and a rabbit or whatever from last week. I just shout out to all of the indie folks that's like trying to push the envelope and give us something like creative and different to look at when we play these games, because it matters.
Okay, so Ace Team's actually a Chilean studio.
Okay,
they've been around since the late 90s. Chile. They are most known for the Rock of Ages game,
which feel Rock of Ages.
Yeah, one of them's on Game Pass. It came out recently. Not anything I would have played, but they've had some success in that series. They've been around since 2011. Okay. Also, the Xenoclash series, which I'm not familiar. Like, I'm familiar with names.
I'm familiar.
Yeah, so they've done that as well. So they have some pretty good games.
They've been here a minute.
Yeah. But I do believe they are a small studio. They aren't some super duper humongous studio. So this looks, I'm gonna definitely check that out.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Yeah. I'm definitely impressed. So that's our take on Clash Artifacts of Chaos. If you're playing any of these games this week, let us know what you think, man. Especially Clash. Let us know. Drop us a comment. Drop us information on the Twitter and social medias, and we'll get to that. But Brian, what's going on with you this week?
I have an episode of the Talk+Play blerdcast about to come out. I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna have if I want to put it out tonight or just wait till the morning, because I finished all the editing and things. Well, not really. I still got a few more things to edit, and I just had a long day. But yeah, either tonight or tomorrow that'll be out. Everything, headlines, games and the game chat, some new music in the playlist, and what I've been watching on the watch list. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Other than that, I'm trying to work and just I got a busy 2023 coming up. We'll talk about that a little bit in the podcast. So I'm trying to get some money, man. I gotta keep my head down for a little bit. Other than that, I'm inside. Well, I'm outside and inside. Yeah.
Look,
listen,
you making money. That's all that matters.
Right. Tune in. You understand. But that's it. What about you? What you got going on?
Well, episode 145 literally just dropped today, about a week and a half late.
Notification.
So talking about Picard, in this case, episodes 2 and 3 instead of just 2 when originally it was supposed to come out. New fragrance I picked up, Amir Oud, Intense Oud, which I really love, and a couple other things sprinkled in between. Talk a bit more about a trailer I just reacted the other day with, which you'll be seeing on this channel sometime near future. The Blackening, as well as I'll talk more about the Post-Exorcist, which we talked about, we did a few weeks ago. So it's a jam-packed episode, and now I gotta get to work on episode 146 and get that out on time.
All right, I understand.
But of course, you are currently with Nerds Rule the World. Again, if you're playing any of these games, let us know. Drop us a line on Twitter at the NRW, on Instagram at New Blues Wednesday, and of course, you're currently on YouTube, so make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
Thanks. Do that.